All right, what's up, everybody? Today we're going to do something a little bit different, something that I've been excited to do and seen a lot of these types of things when it comes to gaming or sports teams or favorite actors or whatever. That's tier lists. Now we're going to do a tier list for the best budget AliExpress CDM bait casting reels for BFS. All right, so now I want this to be kind of like an interactive list. I'll start the list initially and give you my thoughts. Probably half the reels I've used myself, the other half I've heard feedback on and things like that. So I can make a pretty good judgment, I think, on where all of these sit in the tier list. Now with the tier list, we've got the S tier, which is the top tier, A tier, B tier, better options. So this is going to be for reels that are, I guess they're not bad reels, but maybe they're overpriced and there's better options. And then the straight up don't buy reels. So let's see how this goes. All right, first cab off the rank. I don't know what, I guess these are just in like a file name order. Got the, what is this, Solo King Acura. I'm just gonna have to go by the pictures. Where are we going to put this? Definitely don't buy, definitely not better options. Such a solid reel. Flirting with S tier. Let's put it in A tier. The price kind of seems to have fluctuated a bit. It's maybe a little bit more expensive right now than it usually is, but you pretty much can't go wrong with buying this reel. So I'm going to put it in S tier. Now this reel, I honestly haven't heard any feedback off. This is the, I think it's the Anatoni Vrigo. It's really cheap. I think it's 28 Australian dollars right now. Did buy one from the 11/11 sale, still waiting on this one. And let's just put it in the better options for now because we don't know about that. But we're going to work on this list together. You're going to help me out in the comment section what you think, and maybe every quarterly or every 6 months, maybe we'll update this list, and so we can help out all the people that are looking at what to buy for the first time. Next reel is the High Star Aurora Air. It's definitely at least a B. The price has definitely gone up. I think with its cheaper pricing in the past, I would put it as A. It's a good performing reel, definitely. A little couple of QC kind of issues with it. Let's just stick it in A for now. We can always come back to that, but I think I'm fairly happy with my pick there. Bear King Athena, haven't heard too much about this. We're just gonna put it into the better options for now. This is the Bear King Turtle. Now I do have experience with this. Nice looking reel, good price. That's probably where it stops. Mine was absolutely terrible. Had to do a little bit of tuning on it to get it to work a little, but that's definitely going in the don't buy category. The Black Knight 2, High Star, Kieran, I think maybe some other stores sell this reel. My first ever BFS reel. Used it recently just to sort of go back to it and sort of see where it stacks up against the other reels that I've tried. And price wise, I think it's around about the 90 Australian dollar mark. So I think it's a great performing reel. I mean, definitely not S tier performing. It's a little bit pricey. I'm gonna say we'll put it in B tier based on the fact that, well, for starters, it's more or less the same reel as the Acura, and it's definitely more expensive, maybe by 30%. So I don't think it can be A tier. Next one here, what is this? Is this the Solo King BMC 100? Okay, it's a 100 size reel, really good value for money. I actually bought one for 32 Australian dollars at one stage and sold it kind of regretfully. It's solid. Let's just put it in the B tier. Sir Cast XZ, heard mixed things about this reel. The Cast X is obviously probably the budget king at that sort of like 30-ish Australian dollar mark. I'm going to put this a little bit less than that. I have no personal experience with the reel, but let's just whack it into the B tier. Cast X, A tier. Really smooth, just haven't heard any quality control issues with it, and it's super cheap. If your budget is, around about, say, 25 US dollars, $30, sub 40 Australian dollars, I think this is real to go with. Dual spool, doesn't cast super light, but I think it's a very solid option. And if someone bought that, I wouldn't sort of question their choice. The Cast Fanatic, don't even know what the model is called. I think it's just called the Cast Fanatic. Haven't heard too much about this. I heard it is a solid performer, and the price has come down of recent times. I'm going to put it in the B category. The Flight Feather Cormorant, as far as I know, this is the best light casting reel in the world. It's obviously not cheap, and I wouldn't call it necessarily a budget reel, although maybe those coming from the JDM side of things would consider this a budget reel, but it's a top performer. I'm gonna put it in S tier. What do we got here? This looks like is this a Hurricane, Surinoya Hurricane, or Dark Wolf Ultra? I think it's the Dark Wolf Ultra. I'm gonna say it is gonna be in B tier. Basically the same reasons as the Black Knight 2. Solid performer, looks good. Price hasn't really come down over the last couple of years. It's around about 90 Australian dollars, maybe like 65 US, something like that. Solid performer, but I think there's better out there for the price, like the Acura. The Flight Feather Kingfisher. This reel was pretty hot last year, but I don't know, no one's really talking about it as of late. Maybe the Cormorant sort of superseded it, and obviously the color can be maybe off-putting for some people. I think it's still a really good performing reel, but based on the price, there's other stuff out there cheaper that can perform as well as it. So I'm not going to put it in the A tier. I'm going to put it in the B tier. Next reel is the High Star GIU Carbon. Now I do have this one. It's a good performing reel. I did have an issue with the drag star being super tight. I had to remove one of the washers. It casts well, looks pretty good. The price is a little bit expensive at the moment. I think last night I checked, it was 108 Australian dollars, which is around about 70 US, maybe a little bit more, maybe 75. So with that, it's not worthy of going into the A tier. I'm going to put it in the B tier. Next one, Hyper Rise Air, been around a while, heard some good things about it. Same deal. Value for money wise, I don't think it's really any better than any of these reels, to be honest. I'm going to put it in the B tier. The Elite, to be honest, I don't know off the top of my head the difference between the two. The braking, I believe, is the same. Maybe it's just a difference in material, but let's just put it there. I think they're not too expensive now. They're about 178 Aussie when I checked last night. So whatever 2/3 of that is, that's what the US price is. So it's not bad. Handing, this one is this is the Magic L Air. For BFS, I'm going to put it in the better options category. It doesn't seem to be particularly good at anything. Don't think it has a drag clicker, a little bit on the expensive side for what it is. I'm going to put it in the better options category. Now this is another handing reel. This one is called the, what is it called? The Handing Magic Soul, I think. Looks pretty good with the cork knobs. Haven't heard too much about it. So right for now, we're just going to put it in the better options category. Assuming it's similar to the Magic L Air, we're going to put it in that category. Now this is the High Star Verdant, kind of expensive. I don't see any reason why you would buy it. For BFS applications, it's not very popular either, so I haven't heard too much about it, to be honest. When it comes to strictly BFS applications, am I going to put it in the better options or the don't buy category? Well, I think these middle categories are going to be pretty full, so I'm going to make a decision and put that in the don't buy category. Don't really consider it. Okay, what have we got next? This is an obvious one. This is the High Star GIU Red Dragon. This is like the 102 gram plus or minus 2 grams edition. One I had no issues, but you know, I think it's a roll of the dice whether you get a perfect one or you get one with a little bit of dodginess. I'm going to put this in the B category. Did I have you there? Did you think I was going to put it in the S category? Price wise, it's actually, you know, kind of cheap now. It's about the same as the, say, Dark Wolf Ultra Black Knight 2. It's definitely cheaper than the Carbon. I don't know why the Carbon's so much more expensive. I believe the red one's like 88 Australian and the Carbon is 104, something like that. So like 20% difference in price, but you're not going to see 20% difference in performance there. Yeah, so, you know, that would almost make me want to put the Carbon in the better options category when you think about it like that. Anyway, High Star GIU, the, you know, quote unquote 99 gram version. If you get a good one, it's probably A tier based on how much you get it for. But considering the price, I'm going to put it in B tier. Yeah, I wouldn't go out of my way to buy it, to be honest, but it depends what you get it for. I got mine cheap, so, you know, I think it was a good buy. High Star Magic Pill. I'm not gonna say, I'm tossing up whether to put it into better options or don't buy. I don't really see any reason to buy it, and actually it's a little bit expensive as well. I'm just going to put it into the don't buy category. I'm not saying it's a bad reel, but it's a little expensive, and you know, there are better options. So, you know, do we put it in the better options category? Yeah, let's put it in the better options category. Actually, this one here is the High Star Verdant because it has that different shaped handle. Now, which one did I put? Yeah, did I think that there was a High Star Verdant previously? No, none of these. Yeah, I'm not sure. Did I? I'm pretty sure I mentioned it before. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, as far as I know, definitely better options. So much so that I would just not buy it. I don't know if it's trash or not, but there's so many better options. So it's, you know, I guess it's maybe the worst of the better options category. Now this is the JohnU BFS reel. Some people have reviewed it, came out maybe 4 months ago, something like that. It's, yeah, from what I know, maybe it's like a bit geary, bit cheap feeling. The price is probably right, but it's not, yeah, I wouldn't like avoid it like the plague, but I'm gonna say I'm gonna put it in the better options category. It's definitely not, I wouldn't say it's good value for money. Definitely better options out there. Next one, ooh, what is this? This is the Cast King Kestrel. Now, I forget whether this is the Elite or whether the silver one or the gray one's the Elite. I think the gray one is the Elite. It's over $200. I'm gonna put it into the better options category. And while we're at it, let's put the other version in the better options category. Yeah, for the price, I don't think it sort of brings anything special to the table that other reels don't already have. So, you know, would I say it's worse than the Hybo Rise Air and stuff? Probably not, but it's about 10 or 15% more expensive as well. So with that considered, I'm gonna put it in the better options category. Cast King Zephyr, old classic, never used one, but heard plenty of feedback about it. And I'm gonna put it in the better options category. I'd almost flirt with the don't buy category because, actually, I'm gonna put it in the don't buy category. Not saying it's a bad reel, but when you consider the price, I mean, it's not super expensive. I think it's probably the same as an Acura, around about that, 40 US-ish mark, maybe a little more. But, for BFS applications, if you want to, cast a wide range of lures, if you want to cast, close to a gram and you want to cast heavier, well, this thing, I don't think it casts that well under 3 grams, which is a, fairly common, there's a bunch of reels that don't do well under 3 grams, and this is definitely one of them. Yes, I'm gonna have to put that in the don't buy category. I'm not saying it's bad, but I just wouldn't recommend it at all. This is the Kingdom Fly Plume, I think it's called. It looks really cool. The prices are also a little bit expensive for what it is. I've heard not super positive things about it. I don't know about you guys, but like, there's a lot of reels here, and you read stuff on Facebook, pros and cons about things, and you kind of put them in the back of your mind, and sometimes you forget what they are, but you've just got some negative or positive vibes towards a certain reel. And then when you want to buy one, you look into it a little bit more and, confirm whether or not it's a good buy. But yeah, this one, I don't recommend it. I've heard a few bad things about it, but can't remember exactly what they were. But yeah, we'll whack it into that category. This is the Kingdom Micro Monster Pro. I actually heard that this one has maybe some geariness. It is price-wise, it's around about 100 Aussie. Do we put this in B tier? Do we put this in A tier? Hard to say. A tier. Yeah, let's put it in A tier. And actually, now that we've got so many on this list, I'm gonna put the Acura into S tier. It does have, the braking is a little bit weak. That's easily fixed. You can whack some magnets over the top of that, but it's just such a smooth reel, good value for money, dual spool. Yeah, I think it's deserving of S tier. As we put more of these reels in, I'll sort of maybe juggle things around a little bit. This isn't the Lizard Bokeh. This is the DK100. Or is the pink one the DK100? I heard some good things about it. Heard some bad things about it. A little bit on the pricey side. I'm gonna say there's better options. While we're at it, same goes for the Lizard. A couple of nice round reels would be good if we had an Acura of round reels. Maybe it would be a little bit more expensive or whatever, but that would be pretty cool. What do we got here? OG Micro Monster. Yeah, depending on the price, it is often cheaper than the Black Knight 2 and Dark Wolf Ultra, and more or less the same performance. So I'm going to put it in A tier. This is one reel I'd recommend. What do we got here? Caesar Commando. So this is actually the same as the BMC 100, more or less. So we're going to put it in B tier. Good value for money. It's not, it's sort of more of a power BFS reel, not like an ultra finesse reel. But yeah, haven't heard many bad things about either of these in terms of quality control, and the price is good, so it deserves to be in B tier. Damn, what is this one? Okay, this is who advertises their reels with these ceramic bearings like that? Is it another Caesar reel? I'm not sure. Let's go back to that. Now this is the this is the CISO Mansory. I'm going to put it in the better options category. Like if you want to compare this, say, to the Cast X, it's more expensive for sure. And I don't know if I'd recommend this over the Cast X. I mean, it's got ceramic bearings where the Cast X doesn't. Maybe you like that, maybe you don't. It's no biggie. You can put ceramic bearings in your Cast X for a few dollars. So yeah, I don't think that's really deserving of being in the B category. I'd say it's a tier below. What have we got here? Because some of these pictures have been cropped. This is the Pure Lure Silver Feather Air, the 119 gram reel. Now, I've had this reel ever since it came out, more or less. Really solid performer, really good tolerances, good quality control. The price has been coming down slowly. I think it's good value for money. I'm going to put this into the A tier category. If this reel is in your budget, but say some other reels that I may mention further in the video are not in your budget, such as the Silver Feather Exa, the DC version, then I'd say maybe this is the best option. Silver Feather Elite, I think more or less the same performance as the Air. It's a little bit more expensive. Pretty much heard nothing but good things about both of these reels, so it's deserving of being in the A tier. This is the Exa. So this is the DC version, more or less, of the Silver Feather Air and Silver Feather Elite. A little bit of a deeper spool, DC brakes. It's a non-Bluetooth version. I don't believe the Bluetooth version is on AliExpress, but I don't know about this reel. S tier. In my opinion, this is the best reel of 2024. For me, I like to fish open water. Long casts are pretty valuable for me. Casting a wide range of lures, you know, whether it's sort of like 2 gram, like a 1.5 gram cheb weight, or if I want to throw like a 9 gram hard body, or maybe even throw a metal that's like 15 grams. With this, I can just rip a two-handed cast and have total confidence, just like it's a spinning reel. Obviously, it's not backlash proof, but it's pretty much the closest thing to backlash proof. And it also casts light weights pretty well. So I really love that reel. Yeah, if I only had one reel in my arsenal right now, it would be that one. So that's definitely going in the S tier. This is the Solo King CT 100. Wouldn't recommend this for a BFS reel. I actually know someone who bought one of these. Was kind of hoping that they'd ask me for some sort of advice first, because I would have said not to buy it. And he had trouble with it, and I don't think he's used it since, and that was over a year ago. And we're going to put that in the don't buy category. Solo King, geez, I can't remember the name of this, but this is actually pretty expensive for what it is. I'm just going to put that in the don't buy category. Don't really have anything really great to say about it, other than maybe you think it looks good, but it's the same as the Fly Plume. It doesn't bring anything to the table that these other reels have, and you know, with the price, you know, why would you buy that over, say, a BMC 100 or a Cast X or an Aurora Air, that type of thing. Next one is the GKA 200. It's shallow spool, 200 size reel. It's in the same kind of vein as the BMC 100 and CISO Commando. You know, I'd put it into the B category, but if we're talking strictly BFS applications, maybe I'd put it into the better options. I don't think it's a bad reel. More or less same feedback I'd, you know, give about these two reels. You know, it's actually a little bit cheaper than these reels. I'd say it's a solid performer. If that's in your budget, you want sort of like a power BFS reel that's a bit cheaper, then I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't diss you for buying one of these if that's what you're, what came into your budget. This reel down here is going to elude me. What is it? What is it? I'm going to have to check my list of reels. I've got a spreadsheet with all the reels, all the prices, that type of thing. This is the Tebon Polar Night. Another cheap reel I've got experience with. Casts well. The handle knobs on it are really cheap and nasty. The whole handle, actually, even though it's a low, kind of like a thin carbon handle, it's got these pencil knobs. You can't unscrew those pencil knobs off and, pardon me, repurpose the handle. So, got rid of the handle. Casts well, feels geary. You know, not terrible, but the braking and the casting is well good for a power BFS reel. I'm not going to put it in the B category. I'm going to put it in the better options category. It's not bad. Do I regret buying it for the price? Probably not. Nah, it's okay. Surinoya Hurricane, old reel, pretty cheap now, 50 Aussie. Again, more of a power BFS reel. You're not going to be sending trout magnets over the horizon with this bad boy. You know, I'm going to put it in the better options category. I'm not going to say to avoid it at all costs, because for $50, you know, well, for $50, there's definitely better reels out there. But, you know, maybe you like this reel for some reason. If you like it, if you like the looks of it, makes you feel good, then buy it. You know, at the end of the day, it's all about having fun and what makes you happy. Cast King Valiant Eagle Pro. Now, I don't have the OG Valiant Eagle on here, but I got the Valiant Eagle Pro, and I've heard some good things about it. And I'm going to put it in the A category. I heard that it's a little bit geary. Maybe that's, you know, someone's going to get a geary one and someone's going to get a smooth one. It's not 100% flawless, but it's a very solid performer, and it's pretty close to around 100 Australian dollars, 70 US approximately, a little bit over 100 Australian. Classic kind of burgundy look. I definitely, you know, if I was looking for a reel, it's definitely one I would consider. If $100 was my budget, I'd probably go for that one. Couple more reels to go. Oh geez, this is the Baking Zeus. Now this reel is a solid performer. It's another Dark Wolf Ultra variant, such as Dark Wolf Ultra, Black Knight 2, Solar King Acura, Kingdom Micro Monster, more or less the same reel, and I'm gonna put it in the B tier. Again, haven't heard anything particularly bad about it, but it depends on price. Now, I'm kind of thinking the Kingdom Micro Monster, it did go back up in price, and yeah, I'm gonna drop this into the B tier, just because I don't think it's really any better than the Zeus. It's just maybe a matter of price, or if you like the look of one over the other, but they're more or less the same, I would say. What is this last reel? I'm gonna have to check a list and get back to you on this one. I've got a spreadsheet here. Just boot this up here. Now, what is this? It is the, see, I've got all the prices here. It is the okay, I know what it is, of course. That's one I've forgotten. It's the CDM M1. Now, the reel test featured this reel, and he said he really liked it, but I've also heard other bad things about it. Price-wise, it was totally was it totally overpriced? Yeah, hell, let's just say it was definitely overpriced for the performance initially. I don't think it, again, brings anything to the table that these reels don't have and can provide at a lower price. So I'm going to put this in the better options category. All right, now let's just double check. Let's go through the list one more time. Now, if you guys have any suggestions, you know, what would you change in this list? Is there any reels that I've forgotten? I scoured AliExpress. for about an hour, and was trying to go off the top of my head, what are all the BFS reels? Typed in a bunch of different search options, went through a ton of pages trying to see if I could bump into one that I didn't have on my list. But this is what I've got. So maybe I've forgotten one. Maybe you hate or you love where I've put certain reels, but let's just go through the list quickly. From the top, the S tier, we have the FF01 Cormorant, we have the Solo King Acura Pro, and we've got the Pure Lure Silver Feather Exa, my EC Exa, the DC version in S tier. A tier, we've got the High Star Aurora Air, the CISO Cast X, the Kingdom Micro Monster Pro, the Pure Lure Silver Feather Air, the Pure Lure Silver Feather Elite, and the Cast King Valiant Eagle Pro. In the B tier, we've got the Black Knight 2, the Solar King BMC 100, the CISO Commando, the CISO Cast XZ, the Cast Fanatic, the Surinoya Dark Wolf Ultra, the FF01 Kingfisher, the High Star GIU Carbon, the Hyper Arise Air, the Hyper Arise Air Elite, or the Arise Elite, High Star GIU Red Dragon Edition, High Star GIU Standard Edition, the Kingdom Micro Monster, and the Bear King Zeus. And then in the bottom, towards the bottom, better option category. We'll find out about this. Maybe I'll get it in the next week. It's kind of overdue, actually. It should be here already, but maybe it'll go into the don't buy category, or maybe it'll surprise me and go into the B category. But for now, the Anatoni Vrigo, the yeah, some of these reels I can't just spew out. Bear King Athena, Handing Magic L Air, the Handing Magic Soul Air, I think that's called, Handing Magic Pill, the JohnU BFS reel, Cast King Kestrel Elite, Cast King Kestrel, the DK100, the Boki Lizard Boki, the CISO Mansory, the CISO Solo King GKA 200, the Tebon Polar Knight, the Surinoya Hurricane, the CISO M1. On the bottom, don't buy these reels, please. The Bear King Turtle, aka Ninja Turtle, High Star Verdant. Actually, that's the one that I thought was the High Star Verdant, but it's actually this one. This one, oh god, what is it? Oh, it's another High Star reel. Can't remember what it is actually. God, they've got too many reels. Cast King Zephyr, Kingdom Fly Plume, the Solo King CT 150, I believe, and the Solo King, I forget what this is called, HA 100, I think, something like that. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Post in the comments, what reels have I missed? What have I got wrong in your opinion? Maybe you can convince me down in the comment section whether to bump up a reel or to demote it. And what about the tier list? Should I add another category? This is all based on, price, performance, quality control, all wrapped up into one and spit it out onto this list. So yeah, hope you liked it, and hopefully in the future we can build on this list and it can be a really good resource for anyone that's just getting into BFS fishing. Anyway, guys, catch you later, and I'll see you in the next video.